All right, Shalom. Call Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do teach and rule well and taught us this 100% truth. Peace, love, and salutations to the house of David, the hopeful elect, you Akim out there pushing his word in truth and sincerity. To those of you likened unto the speckled bird, scattered to the four corners, speaking in different tongues, unto you we say Shalom. All right. I want to do a lesson all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right, because it came to mind, when I was thinking about, we just had camp, all right, and, ultimately I was thinking about the fact that, the so-called Israelis, all right, they just did this airstrike, and then you had America, an American official. Okay, let me see if I can find it real quick. American official blames Israel for assassination. All right, let's see if it'll. Okay, here we go. So, U.S. official says Israel was behind assassination of Iranian scientists. All right. A senior U.S. administration official said Israel was behind the assassination of Iran's top nuclear scientist, but declined to give details about whether the Trump administration knew about the attack before it was carried out or provided support. Right, man? Because you have to understand, all right, as those Ishmaelites over there like to call America, they like to call America the great Satan, and ultimately America and Israel are like one and the same. They're one and the same, all right, because those FJs, they became rich, all right, off of America, all right, and America became rich off of who? Off of the backs of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, Salakia. Excuse me. All right, so you have to understand, all right, that again, they're one and the same, so when we see these things happening, all right, through the spirit, we understand that, of course, the Trump administration knew, all right, of course, they were told, all right, now the way those FJs do over there in Israel, all right, they, in most cases, they're only like real top level, top elite security clearance guys. They'll discuss certain things, with people over here in Babylon. But again, they're so top level in regards to security clearance that the main ones that should know normally don't know. So they kind of have as they call it in the world, back channels. So there's only a select few people that actually know about certain things, all right, but nonetheless, again, of course, America knew that this was taking place, all right, and as we saw, all right, let me see if I could grab it, the Daily Mail, all right, Daily Mail, Mossad assassination, all right, basically they was here we go, beautiful, all right, they was basically going into how the Mossad, which is Israel's so-called intelligence service, basically executed the nuclear chief. They had to basically bomb the cars because he was in a convoy, all right, and then they did certain things, so again, this was a highly complex operation, if you will, all right, and as it says here, the 12 assassins basically got rid of him, all right, and and then split off, man. All right. But really, it wasn't just 12 assassins. All right. Because you have to understand, they needed aerial support. They needed, other resources, so this was probably 12 men on foot, or men and women on foot, but again, they had a so-called logistics support. They had other support as well, that required, all right, more power, that required, additional support. All right. Again, let's get back to this other article. Iranian commander killed in airstrike days after nuke chief is assassinated as MPs chant death to Israel and America. Right. All right. And this is beautiful because, again, the reason why I wanted to do this lesson, because when I was thinking about these things, all right, I was reminded of China. All right, China was just saying a few months ago to prepare for war. All right, this was October 14th, 2020. Chinese President Xi Jinping tells troops to focus on preparing for war. Right, man, and that's ultimately the point. All right, as we've been prophesying, this year being the year of prophecy, and as we often bring out, Lord willing, next year will be the year of judgment. All right, we've been bringing out and telling, all right, you people out there, most notably you blacks, Latinos, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, all right, trying to get you back into your power, all right, trying to get you back where you belong ultimately, all right, and bringing forth also the prophecies of the judgment that's going to come upon the heathen, man. All right, so we've been doing these things, we've been bringing these things out, and then when we have articles like this, it further validates the word of the Lord, man. All right, so again, I was reminded ultimately of this, all right, because here you go. All right, they assassinate the nuke chief, and then a few days later they assassinate, they kill Iranian commander. All right, and then again, you've got other countries that have been preparing for war, months ago. All right, so we clearly see that America's downfall, complete downfall and destruction is imminent. All right, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, starting at verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Right, man? So as we was bringing out that camp earlier, basically going into the fact that there's a lot of things that's going to happen in a short period of time, and it's beautiful that was brought out at camp, because I was, up last night or yesterday evening in the morning, around 1 or 2 o'clock in the spirit, just dialoguing. And I had said that, there's still a lot of things that's going to happen, but it's going to happen so quickly and in a short span of time, because we really have a short measure or a short remaining a period here through the spirit. All right. We understand these things. All right. And that scripture says, measure thou the time diligently. And when we see part of the signs past, all right, then we'll know that the Lord is visiting the earth. All right. Then we'll understand, all right, the things that are going on. OK. So, again, we see these things. All right. And we understand them. And that's also another indicator for us. All right, of ultimately the time that we're in. All right. And the time that we are entering into, which is ultimately the end. All right. But again, let's continue on. Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Right. And ultimately, we're at that beginning phase. All right. There are predicted famines that are about to happen. OK, we have been seeing pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All right. Salakia. All right. We have been seeing these things come to pass, all right? But more so now with prophecy, all right, speeding up, we understand the transition, okay? So as it says in verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows, all right? Exactly. So, these things that we're seeing now, we are at the beginning stages of it, all right? And what we're entering into is ultimately this period of sorrows, all right? Ultimately, as we know, Jacob's troubles are for 2/3 of our people, all right? But ultimately, this beginning is going to quickly increase and be at a point of climax, all right? Basically, it's going to increase, all right? They're going to do these various things, as we say in verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake, all right? And again, you have to understand, man, these things, all right, a lot of things are about to escalate very quickly, all right? But again, through the spirit, scripture also says, all right, that we're, the righteous will scarcely be saved, but the scripture also says that the Lord will bless us, all right? The Lord will give us an abundance, all right? We will have more than what these other people will have and the things that they're suffering, all right? So again, it was just on my spirit. I'm like, when I was thinking about this earlier, we kind of made mention of it at camp. I was like, hey, I want to do a video, because here you go. You got China a few months ago talking about preparing for war. All right. Then you have them assassinate their top Iranian scientists. And then a couple of days later, you have them kill, all right, ultimately a top commander in an airstrike. All right, so again, the Lord is stirring the spirits up, man. All right, and you know, even with all this going on, you still see the folly in it. All right, because as you can see in the backdrop of this photo or this video, you can see them all with masks on. All right, so again, yeah, scripture says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. All right, we have another indication of who runs the world. All right, we have more indications of who, all right, is being made bare, and who is being exposed and all these things, and that's Esau. All right, so hey, man, through the spirit, man, I just want to do that lesson real quick, man. It's a beautiful time period that we're in. All right. And matter of fact, let me grab this. All right. Because they just warned. Here we go. So this was 2 weeks ago. Iran warns of crushing response if Trump targets nuclear site. All right. Because there was an article about Trump. Let me see. Trump, Salakia, it's escaping me. Trump wanted to strike Iran before leaving office. There it goes. All right, so this is what happened before leaving office. All right. Trump has considered a strike on Iran before he leaves office. So this was a big thing. They was just, in the beginning of November, this was all over the news, this, that, and the third. And then here you go. You got Israel that comes a few weeks later and their top, assassin. All right. Their top Salakia scientist is assassinated. And then you have their top general. All right. Who is killed in an airstrike. All right. So, of course, that this devil Donald Trump knew about it. All right. Because ultimately his goal and his desire was to hit them in a certain way before he left office. All right. So instead of obviously doing it himself, what he did was he had his counterparts, all right, basically executed on his behalf, if you will. All right. And the Israelis was going to do it because Iran, those Middle Eastern countries have a great disdain, all right, for them for them FJs over there. All right. So, of course, they were going to be willing to do it for Trump, and he probably struck some deal. You know how Esau does. All right. But nonetheless, again, this is beautiful because the Lord is stirring things up. All right. This is going to cause, all right, these nations to rise against each other. All right. This is going to cause famines. This is going to have an impact on imports, exports. All right. More unrighteous decrees. It's going to ramp everything up on every single scale, if you will. All right. Hey, so again, I just want to touch that real quick, man. It was beautiful. All right. So with that, I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakagadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles, great millstone who do teach and rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the house of David, the hopeful elect. You Akim out there pushing his word in truth and sincerity. To those of you likened unto a speckled bird, speaking in different tongues, gathered to the four corners. Unto you, and until next time, we say shalom.